Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me add a little more to that. Yes, our world is corrupted, as I mentioned earlier, as it is, because of the violation of that apple. And as a consequence, we live in the world of deception and lies and death. But originally, the plan wasn't this. It was for, as I mentioned earlier, for us to be happy, to be peaceful, to be joyous, to know who we are, to know our parents, and respect them by honoring them, by being as they would have us be. And now, if you notice, living on earth, one of the most popular things on the face of the earth, aside from having some place to stay, it's food first. Surviving. The next popular thing is sex. Sex. I don't care who is with. It could be with a fish, a human being with a fish, a chicken, anybody that has anybody or anything that has a sexual organ that allows for the physical sexual expression. That's the way it is in this world today. But God has delivered us still a way out. But the choices that we make and how we commit ourselves. You see two people. I've heard the expression, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. What does that mean? That means if you got a spiritual man and a spiritual woman, God, because of that spirit, would draw them together. They automatically drawn together if they happen to see each other run across their path. They're drawn together. And if they become a couple, there's nothing on the face of the earth can come between and split them up. And the fruits of their living will be just representative of that. If you got a spiritual man and a unspiritual woman, you come together, just because one of you guys is spiritual, thinking that you're going to change the other and turn the other into being spiritual, it ain't going to work. I guarantee you, the one that's spiritual is going to end up being unspiritual. Why? Because if the woman happens to be unspiritual, the man going to be wanting that apple. And she ain't giving him that apple with no peace unless he sell out whom he's not going to get that apple from that woman unless she's satisfied. That's it. And vice versa. If the woman is spiritual and the man isn't, he come in there trying to move in on her and then they get together, it's not going to work. They're going two different ways. God didn't join them together. Lust drew them together. Lust drew them together. They can stay together for 100 years. It's still nothing but lust that brought them together. And they still got to suffer. But if, in fact, if, you got to come together. Be drawn together because of the Spirit. Nobody's going to change no one else. If you're unspiritual, both of you, then it really doesn't make any difference. You're just servants of the devil. You're just demons. I don't care how much you think you are and what you learn in this life. You're just a demon. And everything you do carries forward the demon praying. So if you think you're spiritual, you better wait. If you're not married, hooked up to anybody, you better wait until you are drawn together by your spirit and not your lust. Drawn together by your spirit and not your lust. Now, what I've just said to you, I'm saying, I pray that every person that's sick right now, because they were caught up in that lust thing, they got caught in a trap, I ask God to free them. Give them another chance. If you're sick and dying, I ask God to free them. Give them another chance. And for all of those of you who hear my voice right now, men, women, I know lust is prevalent. You got it all on TV, you got it on radio, you got the magazines, you got it on your telephone, you got it on your iPad, everything. Don't be caught into it. I say, well, how can you not be caught into it? I tell you what, I used to do drugs. I used to do crack. I made up my mind one day, the way the game is played out there in crack, if I had kept on smoking crack, I was going to end up killing somebody for the way they was treating me and how they abused and lied and cheat. So I figured the best thing I had to do if I didn't want to kill anyone, because I definitely didn't want to kill anyone, was to stop doing crack. I stopped doing crack. I stopped hanging with them. Next thing I know, crack was the furthest thing from my mind. So if you're running out there with a whole bunch of people who don't give a heck about one another and all they're doing about a lust, I'm telling you, that's not God. You're running with them, you might well separate yourself from them, because they're going to give you presidents like Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George Bush, all them other folks out there who don't give a damn about you. But if you run across people who are loving, oh, I don't know where you're going to find them at. Who cares about those at the bottom. Who reaches out for those at the bottom. And don't get distracted by what's upstairs. Hang with them. And we can, I believe, clear this cancer. I'm counting on it. Bye-bye.